Hi everybody.
Hello guys.
Welcome back to our channel.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is Sam and Olga and the three Acapulcos. We want to thank all of you guys who took your precious time to actually watch our videos and put up a comment or comments, sharing, subscribing. We really do appreciate all of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And on that note, I just want to let you know that there are some comments that I haven't had a chance to respond to yet, but I will either today or tomorrow. You guys will get answers to your questions.
Exactly that. So today, tell them what we're gonna do today.
So today, we thought it'd be cool to kind of talk about some of the cultural and social differences between Germany and Canada. We wanted to do this because the last few videos that we did in our series Coming to Germany, we've talked about all the technical aspects of coming here. So we thought it'd be a little bit more fun to talk about some of the cultural differences that someone from Canada would find weird or, just different. So some of the stuff that when you do come here, you will have to get prepared for. Something that you should be expecting. So
Germany.
Yeah.
So we're going to start right away. And just a quick format. I'm going to talk about the things here in Germany, and then she would do the comparison or the contrast
to Canada.
So that's how it's going to be. So the first thing I want to touch on is the Sundays here in Germany. Sundays here, basically all businesses on Sundays is closed. Nothing is open in Germany. So if you wake up and thinking, you're short of something that you need to quickly rush down to a grocery store or somewhere to just go grab something, or even for shopping, no, it's not going to happen. Everything is closed on Sundays. So that was the first thing I had to get used to, and it took me a while. And I still kind of sometimes I do forget myself. So that's one of the big things here. Sundays, everything is closed.
Everything is closed. In Canada, it's not like that. Canada is like a 24/7 kind of business model with all the businesses, except for maybe banks, like lawyers' offices, government jobs. Everything else, all the other businesses are always open. Even on Sunday, you'll find them opening at 6 or 7 in the morning and open all the way through midnight. So a lot of people actually do their grocery shopping on Sunday. Sunday is like getting ready for the coming week kind of day. But even the start of the week in Canada, the start of the week is Sunday.
It's Sunday,
and
actually,
it's even reflected in the calendars. Like the first day is Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and so on. But in Germany, the first day of the week is Monday.
It's Monday.
So Sunday, everything is closed.
So guys, there you have it. If you're planning to come, note that. So the next topic is drinking. I want to touch on that. For somebody like me coming from Canada, it's really drinking in Canada is kind of like restricted somehow. Germany is the opposite. First of all, alcohol is sold in places like gas stations and grocery stores and where else again do you think?
Well, anywhere, like just your regular grocery stores, you'll have your alcohol aisle.
So basically anywhere you want to get alcohol, you can get it. The surprising thing for me was me seeing a bunch of 16-year-olds having teenagers basically drinking whilst taking a walk on the park or somewhere or standing, a group of guys standing just having a drink, and it's open and you can drink in public too as well. That was one of the things that kind of struck me at first, and then as time goes on you become used to it.
Because the drinking age for beer in Germany is actually 16. But that's only for beer. Any other alcohol is 18, like most places in the world, but specifically for beer, the drinking age is 16.
And I was also told that in some of these work environments, you can also drink beer. Or
for lunch or something. Like if you go to work, and you go on your lunch break, it's perfectly normal and common to see employees and even employers,
Yeah.
you know, having a drink
at least a beer
with lunch and then returning back to work.
Yeah, I haven't. The only place I saw that was when we went to a restaurant. Remember? Yeah, that was the only place or work environment that I saw employees there, you know, having something like that. But since then, I haven't.
No, I have though, because I have worked here.
Yeah.
You know, like I have worked at companies before, and I've seen it. Like when people go to lunch.
Yeah.
With the ones who are on lunch, they have a beer with lunch, or they have like champagne,
Yeah.
and you see a bunch of like empty,
Which is cool though.
empty
It is cool.
liquor crates
Yeah.
underneath people's desks and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's something that you do not see in Canada. Yeah.
Okay, so that's about it.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like here, public drinking, fine. It's fine. You know,
Yeah.
with 16 years, you can drink beer and you can buy
And buy it.
liquor at any grocery store, which in Canada is pretty much the exact opposite. Public drinking is completely frowned upon, is even outlawed. Like you can't go to a park or a recreational area with the can of beer or anything like that, because they have security always roaming around checking for that stuff, and then they will fine you and, you know, take your alcohol away from you. So they're pretty strict on that. Also, there's designated liquor stores in Canada that you have to go and buy your liquor from. And you can't get them just at any grocery store. And also you will get ID'd every single time you go in there to buy alcohol. Even if it's obvious that you look over 60 or 70, they will still ID you.
Exactly.
If you go in with someone, if you go into a liquor store and you are with someone, then that person will also be ID'd, even if they're not buying alcohol. And if that person happens to be a minor or not of drinking age, then they won't even sell alcohol to you, even if you are of drinking age, right? So it's pretty strict. And also, if you buy alcohol in Canada, you have to put it in the trunk of your car. You can't have it anywhere inside of your vehicle, even in the back seat. Even if it's closed and it's not opened, you can't reach it. It cannot be inside of the vehicle. The police stops you and they see that, they will take it away from you and you will get a fine. So always have to keep it in the trunk, you guys, when you go to Canada. So big contrast.
It's
there.
a big the differences we're talking about here are
like
big,
like night and day.
Yeah, are big differences. This is not like, you know, slight differences. No, these are big ones.
But the craziest thing that strikes me, though, from my experience, what I've seen, the more restrictions that they
I was just even going to touch on that.
In Canada, the more problems you find related to alcohol. And here, where it's so freely and readily available, you never really hear anything.
I was actually going to touch, but you know what? Let's make a separate video on that, because I really want to touch on that.
Okay.
So some of the things that, you know, people practice is like things that they put restrictions on, and when you go to other countries or other places, you don't have those restrictions. Those places actually turns out to be doing better than the ones that has a lot of, you know, more restrictions. But anyway, that's like I said, it's a different video. We'll touch on that, and we'll get into it more details. The next thing I want to touch on is when I came here, seeing kids or babies actually in the front seat of cars. That is something also very normal. However, the conditions you either have to turn off the airbag, or you push the seat all the way to the back. I'm talking about the front.
The passenger seat.
Yeah, the passenger seat. You have to push it all the way to the back or turn the airbag off. Those are the only two conditions or requirements that you need to do for you to be able to put your baby at the front seat.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I came here, and the first time I saw that, I'm like, oh, wow.
Even for me, it was a surprise, because when I left Germany, I was 14.
Yes.
And my parents, they never sat any of us in the front, because my mom was always sitting in the front. So me, I didn't know. And then coming here and seeing that, I'm like, whoa, is that allowed? Because in Canada, it is not allowed at all to put children in the front seat. I think they have to be at least 12 years old and a certain height. And even then, they will need a booster seat to sit in the front. But here, from the time you take your babies home from the hospital when they are just born, you can put them in the front seat. Yeah, so that's something that's really, really cool.
So that was one of the things that because the only time I saw that was back in Africa.
Oh.
That was the only time, and then all the years that I spent in Canada, of course, you know, the rules are not like that. So I've been living all these years without seeing that. So coming to Germany, thinking, okay, that's another Western, you know, place or an advanced place. Then seeing something totally opposite of that, kind of like, you know,
strikes you a little bit.
Kind of like hit me. I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. Okay. So yeah, that's about that. The next one, it's Autobahn, which is the highways. Yeah, this is my best one. The highways, or most highways here, especially the Autobahn, you would have places that says no speed limit, and then you have the ones like, it's not the entire Autobahn that has no speed limit. There are sections, but it's just that the majority of that is with no speed limit. So the best thing is for you on that highway driving and overtaking a cop or or police cars on the highway. It's just cool, because if it says no speed limit, no speed limit, and if it says go 120, go 120. So that's just basically, it's not that people don't follow speed limit rules here. There are speed limit rules here, and if you violate them, you'll be severely fined for. However, it's the same way when they say no speed limit. You can also be, if you have to drive fast, you can't go slow, because you can get a ticket for that, for going slow too. So it's like, you got to move according to the pace of the traffic. So that is what I found interesting. It's awesome.
The no speed limit sections,
it's very, very awesome here.
In Canada, I think the fastest that you could go is 130, and that is only on a highway that has like at least 4 lanes going one direction.
Yes.
Any other highway that you see, it's like 100.
Yeah.
I think 100 is like the max. If you go 120, I think they'll still let you kind of, you know, let you pass with that. But between 100 and 130 is just the max. Yeah.
Now the next thing is how to address people here, which is also big here. Basically, you know, in English, you is you, whether you're addressing the president or the prime minister, all the way to addressing somebody who, you know, is your friend or your acquaintance or whatever it is. It might be, the case might be. But here it's not like that. It's actually big here. They have this format of 2 ways of addressing people here. So they have the formal way and the informal way. So basically, the formal way is for people who, you know, you're not related to, or they're or are friends to, or they're not your family. Those are the people you address formally. So basically, if you meet somebody, that it has to go the formal way. If you know the person, you know, then you can use the informal way. However, if you're not sure, it's always good to actually ask the person if you can address the person in an informal way, and then he or she will tell you yes or no. But it is big here. It is really big here.
I think one time I didn't even get a job because I accidentally said you, like the informal way, because my mind was still all English and I just didn't realize it. And the person I interviewed with actually did, mention to me that maybe you should rather talk the formal way. Oh, I forgot. I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't get the job. That's how big they are. Like the etiquette. Very huge on etiquette, and like it's a cultural thing. I mean, it's not like that everywhere, but I think they're really big on that in terms of like recognizing a person's authority or position with that address, with that formal address. It's just something that
so
just different. So
till today I'm still getting used to it. You know, there has been so many times that I've misused the word. I would address a formal or somebody that I don't know in the informal way, and I would catch on to myself and correct it or something like that. It's really
But it's
So,
just
yeah, it takes time to get used to, and once you get it, you flow in it. The next thing is reggae. I'm a reggae fan. I love reggae. So when I came here and went to a couple of reggae concerts, I was so happy, very happy, but surprisingly happy to actually see how much of reggae fans are here in Germany. I was going to a concert thinking I was going to see a whole section of blacks, more than any other race, but no, it was rather the other way around. We were actually the minority. The blacks were the minority there. And it was a lot of white, people having fun, and they were so into it. I was so happy to see that, because I've never seen something like that.
They are so into it.
Yeah.
Like, you see people in their 40s and 50s, and they do their Rasta hair like all the way down to the floor. Like, they take that so
like
serious.
seriously,
Yeah.
they take it so serious, and they're so into it, and just me observing that alone makes me so happy. Like, it just blows my mind.
I remember when I was I don't know, 6-7 years old, regular radio stations would play reggae songs.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I couldn't care less, right? It was just another song. And then later on, especially when I was in Canada, if you don't specifically listen to a reggae channel or reggae radio station, you won't really hear reggae songs on your top 40s or whatever, right? But in Germany, it's
pretty much
now that I think back, they're really big on reggae music here.
The next one is business vacations. Now, guys,
Canadians are like, what is that?
What is that? Yeah. If you're planning to come here to live here, this is one of the things that would also would surprise you, but you'll get used to it. A lot of small businesses here closes their shops to go on vacation. I wouldn't say all, but majority of them.
Smaller
Small ones. Yeah. You would go, let's say, let me give you an example, like a barber shop,
or bakery,
or bakeries, and all those small convenience stores. Don't be surprised to go there and to see a note on the door saying, hey, closed for vacation, and we'll be back on so and so date. And usually it's not 2 weeks or a week. No, it's
like
a month, sometimes even a month and a half. And it's pretty much common here. It's a common practice here. All these things that I'm mentioning are things that surprises me, of course, at first, because I'm not used to it. But then if you come, when you get to know it, you find ways and means to adapt or adjust to it.
Yeah, because it comes down to that. It's just a whole different system.
Yeah.
In Canada, for any business, small or big, to close down even just for one day, the revenue that they would lose, they would rather hang themselves than to close something down for a day, or even longer. Like, not to mention anything longer than that, because it's just a different system. Because here, I think, like, I'm not sure how people who own their own businesses, how vacation and all that stuff applies to them, but I think everybody is entitled to vacation and with pay and all that stuff. So I think even when they do close their shop down, they don't really lose out on any business or any revenue kind of thing, or at least not a significant amount for them to.
That honestly, that should be the reason.
Suffer any losses. Right?
That should be the reason behind that. Because till today, guys, that I'm still talking to you, it's if you ask Yoshito, it still blows my mind how they can do that and not come in, and you would think they are losing out. No, they're not.
And even German customers, like, they're very patriotic.
Yeah.
So if they have a specific bakery that they go to, they will wait 2 weeks or a month until they come back, and then they will patronize that same business again. It's not like, oh, you're closed, okay, let me go find somewhere else. They won't. They will wait.
But I'm going to do an extensive research into this particular one to maybe bring you guys more get into details as to why they do that. But for now, I know on the surface that's why, that's one of the things they do. So I want to get into it to see why and what it affects and what it doesn't affect. So anyway, the next quick point I want to do is nudity. So if you're the type that nudity on TV stations bothers you, then Germany won't be the place for you. Because nudity is everywhere. Daytime TV. I'm talking about daytime TV.
Daytime TV, yeah, you'll see boobies like all the time.
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Trust me,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. It's so normal. Like when you would rather be the odd one out talking about it. So just to let you know, if you're planning on coming here to stay or even visit,
you will see
this is what you're gonna see.
lots
So,
of boobs. Like we're not talking about like they won't show like hardcore
Yeah.
pornos or something like
No,
that. But if
just-
there's like a medical report on
Yeah.
TV or on the news, and it happens to be about maybe breast cancer or
Yeah.
something, then they will show breasts.
Yeah.
Like they won't blur anything out.
Yeah.
And,
It's just that wrong.
Yeah,
I
and
mean-
at nighttime you have those commercials or advertisements for like sex numbers and stuff. Like you see boobs all the time.
All the time. like I'm telling you, daytime that's all you see.
Yeah.
Like, not, of course, not every channel, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just common. It's so common. You're gonna see.
Yeah.
So just to let you know.
In Canada, it's
Yeah.
like a big taboo. Like even
Yeah,
you know,
you have to.
after hours you
Yeah.
get programs. So even movies,
Yeah.
that are like that they show from 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
and even later, nighttime TV. They will still blur everything
They'll still
out.
blur everything out.
Yeah. So they're very
Here it's not.
conservative.
Yeah.
But here
It's not.
It's not. They're way more open and
Yeah.
yeah.
So that brings me to my next topic, which is nightlife here.
Mm-hmm.
Nightlife is freaking awesome. Like I remember. No, you touch on that. I'm not gonna go on the Canada side. But yeah, nightlife here goes all the way to. I don't know why I get tempted to kind of like.
Talk about Canada.
Yeah, because it's just that, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, nightlife here is freaking awesome. Like it goes all the way to like 4, 5, 6 a.m.
Sometimes even throughout.
Throughout.
My cousin
Yeah.
would tell me about nights that she went out like at 10 p.m. and she wouldn't
Yeah.
she partied until 10 the next day. So like 12 hours straight.
it's pretty much it's up to you basically what time you want to leave, but yeah, that's what it is. It's not a restricted. It has to be done at 2 or it has to be done at 1 or no. It's just awesome.
Because that's exactly what it's like in Canada.
Yeah.
Like the latest that a club would be open is maybe 2:30, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then everybody goes home, everything shuts down.
Yeah.
So that's quite different
yeah.
here.
The next one is no censoring. Touch on that.
Well, songs basically.
Yeah.
Songs. Here they listen to top 40s from
Yeah.
America and well, first of all, any radio station will play like all kinds of songs. Like
Yeah.
they're also, just as they're big on reggae, you hear a lot of hip hop songs,
Yeah.
a lot of 50 Cent and Ludacris, all kinds of people like that. And in Canada, it doesn't matter again what time of day it is. If there's any song playing in the background of a TV show or like a talk show or something, or if you go to a mall. Or hairdressers, like anywhere where there could be music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Whenever they play certain songs, they would censor out like curse words and they will mute it. But here in Germany, you don't get that. Yeah, you will get I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning and they're playing 50 Cent on the radio and they will never
Talking about,
mute anything out.
Yeah. Also, all the swears are.
You hear everything, like there's no censoring
Yeah.
when it comes to songs and music and stuff like that. So it's also a big difference there.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
certainly the last point, but not the least, is what do you call it? Noise restrictions. Yeah, they are big on that.
Yeah.
The Germans don't like noise.
After certain times.
I don't know why. I mean,
After
not that I
certain-
like noise to make unnecessary noise, no. But I'm talking about like music, Like if they are home, they like everything to be quiet as a cemetery. I can't stand that. I just can't stand that. I don't want my life to be that quiet, Now, where we used to live before we moved down to where we are now, there is a beer garden. So it's like summertime. That's like a public place where people come to,
drink and socialize.
Yeah, socialize.
Yeah.
And you would think that as a public place, when you enter into a public place, especially that has to do with drinking and eating, there has to be some music playing at the background or something. That's what it is all about, right?
Yeah.
You would go there and it's so quiet. Now, I'm not saying all the beer gardens in Germany are like that. It's just that most of the time when you go to these places, or you tend to experience quietness at places that you would think, at least you're going to hear some music. And if there is a music playing at the background, trust me, it's so low. Very quiet, to the point where it's of no use even playing it. You might as well turn it off, because I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, it comes down to like the noise restrictions are actually kind of like in the laws, right? So you have your what they call Mittagsruhe, which is the lunchtime, lunch rest, right? It's actually regulated in the law book that between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. there's not supposed to be any kind of like mowing the lawn, loud music, playing musical instruments.
So now that
kids being loud, playing outside, screaming. So from that time to that time is it's known. It's a general knowledge here in Germany that this is Mittagsruhe. That's when everything kind of is quiet.
For it to even be in the law, it tells you.
And then you have your night rest, Nachtruhe, and that is from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So you can't do any home improvement works or anything like that between those times. So they're really big on that, which in Canada you don't really get that. I don't think they have stuff like that in the law. I'm not aware of it. Certainly there were no signs anywhere that would mention that, but here you go to playgrounds and even like apartment complexes, and there will be signs stating that. So guys, basically, this is what we have for you guys. These are some of the different. There's a lot though, but these are basically the main ones that we're currently experiencing, and we thought it wise to bring it to your attention. There are 1 or 2 topics that require their own separate video. Which will probably have some out. But those ones are. Oh, look, he's not. Yeah, he's done being patient with us.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna wrap up here, and hope
you guys enjoyed it. Put your comments down if you have any questions, or if you would like us to elaborate on some of those points.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do. And as you can tell, we have to take care of him.
Yeah.
That's my little mister right here.
For now, we gotta go, but thank you so much again. Bis zum nächsten Mal, guys. Bye. Oh, now he's smiling. My own, that time of the chase.